My name is Toro Dragan from AppAppeal. I'm here today with Brent Frei and Jodi Sorensen from Smartsheet. As you may know, AppAppeal gives AppAwards to the most original applications in the world. Today I'm happy to announce that the winner of this award for the task management category is Smartsheet. Jodi, Brent, congratulations to you and your team.
Thank you very much.
Can you tell us a bit more about Smartsheet?
Certainly. We are a group of 20-year software veterans that has built an online application that enables anyone to track and manage any kind of work. So we've created a spreadsheet-like interface that's because it's the primary way that people work today when they're managing different tasks. So we combine the most useful features of a spreadsheet, file sharing, and project management in one tool. So as an example, it's typical to find small manufacturing companies managing everything from sales pipelines to order processing to shipping, marketing campaigns, IT projects, website changes, all in Smartsheet.
Okay. Can you tell us how you came up to create Smartsheet?
Well, it was interesting when I was running, when we were running our previous company, which was in CRM, enterprise CRM. We really struggled to find a great killer app for task management or project management, and it seemed like such a pain for most companies that it seemed that there should be a really good solution. And as it turned out, when we surveyed all of the different executives and managers and team members across all of the companies we worked with, the predominant tool that people use for task management was a spreadsheet, and it worked pretty well for many things. But once it started expanding into collaborating with others and more complex things like remind me when something is due, or show me what I have to do next week, or let's see what Mary has to do, is responsible for, and what the status of those things are, didn't work so well. So combining it turned out that combining what people liked about spreadsheets, but with a work automation technology underpinning it, is a very unique way of approaching task management, project management.
Okay, so apart from your approach to task management through spreadsheets, what do you think sets Smartsheet apart from all the other task management apps?
Good question. For the most part, it's that it's a tool that's familiar and obvious. So rather than having to learn a whole new tool, a whole new set of concepts on how something should work, it already works like the tools that you're most familiar with. It works like a spreadsheet. It works like a file management system. And then the second thing is that it allows people to set up work in the way they feel comfortable. It doesn't force them into a rigid structure. It lets them create the organization that makes sense to them in their mind, and it still works after they've done it in their own way. And those are two of the primary things. Another is that it's been designed to not force the people that you're collaborating with to have to go learn the tool as well. So they can collaborate with you and give you answers and update the things that are important simply through email. So now your success of your chosen task management tool isn't dependent on other people also adopting it, and that tends to be one of the big stumbling blocks for most tools.
Okay, can you tell us which are 2 or 3 features that you are most proud of at Smartsheet?
2 or 3 features that we're most proud of?
Yes.
That's a good question. In general, I think it's the way that we've combined all of the most useful features from the tools that people use every day. So they use their task list and their task manager, but they also manage a lot of documents and files and links to websites and information that is associated with that list of things to do. And they have discussion threads on the collaboration that they've had on how they've come to particular solutions, or what their customer or their partner or their vendor has said relative to delivering something. And to marry all those things into one tool, and I'm fond of saying if it were a Microsoft product, if Excel, SharePoint, and Microsoft Project all got together and had a baby, they would have Smartsheet. So it's really the combination of the most useful features that people use every day into a very simple interface that I think is we're most proud of. It to us, it seems obvious now that we have it, but it's interesting that it's very unique out in the online tool market.
During Smartsheet's development, which was the moment where you actually felt you did a breakthrough, you had a breakthrough? Which was the most, I don't know, enlightening feeling or moment that you had during Smartsheet's lifetime so far?
It was when we saw the moment when we had the biggest breakthrough, the great feeling was when we saw user adoption and people signing up for our application just take off. And interestingly, it wasn't on our first try. We developed Smartsheet. We put all of these different concepts into the design. We put it out there in the market, and it wasn't quite what users were expecting. And so we, at about the 3.5-year mark, we started all over. We got some help from some very smart people, some great UI designers. We got a lot of input from users. And we put out another version, and it was almost instantaneous. When the new version came out, the adoption, the customers that were recommending to others, it just took off. And that was a big aha moment for the whole team.
A good UI is always important. Can you share with us some of your plans? Where is Smartsheet heading right now?
Well, we continue to focus on what our customers want, and so a lot of them are headed into the mobile space. So they're using tablets and mobile phones to interact with their online tools. And so we're continuing to improve a lot of the access through any device, any operating system, and any browser. And we're also doing a lot of work to integrate it with other primary applications, all the things that people use. So whether it's Google Apps and Gmail, or Salesforce, or Zimbra, or Box, or Dropbox, all of the tools that people are most frequently using, it works seamlessly with. There's not a need to log into one or another. It just, they know about each other, and that makes it feel like a seamless experience on the web. And so that's a big part of our focus.
Okay, so going mobile and trying to be as available as possible.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, we at AppAppeal are app enthusiasts, and we use a lot of apps ourselves. And we were wondering, which web apps do you yourself use?
Well, we're a lot like our customers. So we run most of our business on Smartsheet. So other than accounting, which we use QuickBooks, the majority of the functions are done in Smartsheet. But then there are the things that are pretty broadly used by the business. So Google Apps, we use PayPal for the billing interface with our customers. We use Optify and SEO Moz for some of the analysis on customer traffic. But those are predominantly the things that we use. They're primarily the business-oriented tools.
Okay, and taking into account your experience as a programmer and all those years that you have behind you in the IT environment, can you share with us some information about, or some insights into getting a startup, putting a startup up, creating your first company, your first web app?
Yeah, number one, you need to make sure that what you're building, what you're selling, is something that people want. That it doesn't matter if you like it. It's the people out there have to want it. And then you have to, the team is everything. The quality of the people that are in the company and comprise the company will make all of the difference. And then the key is, can you create an excellent user experience? And for a lot of developers, like myself included from my enterprise days, are so structured in the way that we think about how business apps should behave and how people should adopt process, that it's very difficult to get into the web mindset that says you need to build apps that are just the way people work. They behave exactly the way they want them to, not the way you want the people to behave. And so it really required that we distance the design of the app away from the technical people like myself and put it in the hands of the user experience experts, and then make the technical folks build something that may be very hard and maybe not very very natural for how you would architect something, but in the end, it behaves the way a user wants it to behave.
Okay, so first identify a need that's actual a need of the users, then put together a good team, that's the most difficult part probably, and then have excellent user experience. I think I got that. Well, then again, thank you very much for your time. It was a great pleasure and honor to talk to you, and hope to hear a lot of good things from Smartsheet as we expect we will.
Thank you very much.
Bye.